Teachers and students licking whipped cream off a plastic divider. This morning, the response from the school district calling this video deeply disturbing. Plus, it is National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. You might know them as the dispatchers, making sure first responders get where they need to go. We'll hear from one local dispatcher explaining how she handles the stress at the job.
And a mild Thursday is ahead with warming temperatures towards your weekend. And I'll have a sneak peek at your weekend as well in my first alert weather forecast.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Thursday.
Yes.
You know, some people call it Baby Friday. I don't like that. I don't like the word Friday to be uttered unless it is Friday.
Friday should be saved for Friday.
Even though I've just said it a bunch of times.
Well.
But hope you're having a good Thursday morning. Hope you're having a good Thursday morning.
Yeah, you too.
Did you see all those pillowy clouds in the afternoon yesterday and early evening?
Yeah.
It was kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
We're going to see more of those today. Let's take a quick look outside at our Columbia Point Sky Cam. Again, we're seeing a pretty calm morning this morning. We are chilly again, but we're a little warmer than we were yesterday, but still right around that freezing mark for many of our cities. We just have some residual shower activity, which is actually dissipating for the Blue Mountain region. So do get ready for partly cloudy skies. We could see a little bit of shower activity like we did last night in the late afternoon, early evening hours. But for the most part, we're going to be looking at lovely partly cloudy skies. And again, folks, we're going to be seeing highs in the Yakima Valley. Now, Yakima Valley has been pretty consistent temperature-wise. We've been in the mid-50s all this week. For the Mid-Columbia, cooler yesterday. We're slowly starting to warm back up. Maybe getting to 60 degrees for the Tri-Cities, and in Walla Walla, shower activity off and on for Walla Walla yesterday. They're going to be much drier today, though. Maybe a little spritz or two, mid-50s for the Blue Mountain region. So folks, get ready for a very mild Thursday ahead, and I'll have a sneak peek at your weekend as well. We have a few showers to talk about there as well. That's in my full forecast coming up, but for right now, let's send it back to Jill.
Video of what appears to be a game between students and staff at a local middle school is not sitting well with parents. Video recorded at Desert Hills Middle School shows teachers and students licking whipped cream off of two sides of a plastic partition. We've blurred the footage because there are minors in this video. We received permission to use the video from the parent who posted it on Facebook. We're told this happened during an assembly before spring break. A letter was sent to students' families from Superintendent Dr. Tracy Pierce. In part, it says the video's content does not reflect the high standard that staff are held to, and the video itself is deeply concerning. The situation is being investigated by the district. A 31-year-old Yakima man will serve federal prison time for stealing guns from a Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife office. The burglary happened in January 2022 when someone cut through a fence and then through a wall of the Yakima building. Authorities say 18 guns and a suppressor were stolen. During the break-in investigation, authorities discovered a handprint left near a hole in the exterior wall and linked the print to 31-year-old Alexander Scott Stevens. He's been sentenced to 7 years in federal prison for being a felon in possession of firearms. Tri-Cities SWAT responded to a Pasco neighborhood near Opal and 9th Avenue just off of Court Street Wednesday afternoon. The U.S. Marshals were serving warrants when a man who was wanted for failing to appear in court for a felony assault charge refused to leave his house. Captain Paramore with the Pasco Police Department says in this situation, they called in on-duty SWAT members to bolster police presence.
We're trying to implement and continue to use the time, distance, and shielding principles that we're being told to use. If people want to know why are there so many police officers are out here, it's because that's what's being required of us now, and it actually makes things safe.
Officials say thankfully the situation ended peacefully when the man surrendered to police. Captain Paramore says the standoff itself didn't last longer than an hour and no one was injured during the situation. Just before our crews watched that situation unfold, they were talking to the people who ensure first responders like police get to the right place. We're talking about 911 dispatchers. This week, they're being celebrated for their hard work in a very challenging field. They're the calm voices at the other end of the line during an emergency. In terms of career field, public safety telecommunications is relatively new. The first 911 call was placed in the late 1960s. One local dispatcher said they all take a lot of pride in their work, but it can be stressful, which makes personal care outside of work important.
We have a great supervisor that has done a lot of work helping them learn about sleep. Sleep is really important, about wellness, about self-care, about critical incident stress management, different things to kind of help them find a way to get rid of some of the stress that comes with the job.
Amy says with a shortage of dispatchers, it does make work a little harder. So if you're looking for a career, it's worth looking into. You can read details of her most memorable 911 call on our website, yaktrinews.com. The Red Cross needs volunteers to participate in its Sound the Alarm event later this month. We know smoke alarms can save lives. The event aims to install 250 free smoke alarms for families in the Yakima region. Sound the Alarm takes place Saturday, April 22nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Volunteers will receive training at Barge Lincoln Elementary School before conducting 20-minute home visits to install smoke alarms.
Data collected from the U.S. Census, the American Red Cross, and the National Fire Incident Reporting System show Yakima having the highest risk from home fires of any counties in Washington state.
To participate or sign up for free smoke alarm installation, register at redcross.org/NWHomeFire. We'll return in just a moment, but first Jason Valentine joins us live now for another quick look at weather.
We have a little bit more wind today, but a pretty calm Thursday is on the way. Also have a look at your weekend. My first alert weather forecast, it's coming up soon.
And still ahead on Good Morning Northwest, we're getting an up-close look at card skimmers that only take seconds to install and start stealing data from unsuspecting shoppers. That's coming up in about 10 minutes.
At Vapiano, we invite you to slow down, enjoy the journey. Make a reservation today. Taste wine where it's created. Sample a variety of wines from Sauvignon Blanc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, and make it a day to remember. Vapiano Estates, Walla Walla.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
What's important to me when I look for a place to work is somewhere that shares the same morals and values that I have. What attracted me to working at McCurley is just how much they do for the community. And they do a lot for TROT, Therapeutic Riding of Tri-Cities, which I have a personal connection with. My son Caden, he has autism and he goes there, and I just was like, you know what, McCurley would be the best place for me to work. What I love most about what I do is I am a champion for my customers. Like, hey, I'm here to help you get into the best vehicle possible, the vehicle that works for you, and I'm gonna listen to you. Everything that you're needing, I'm gonna help you and find that for you. We care about our customers and making sure that they get into the best and safest vehicle possible. I'm Taylor Boyce, and I'm driving change at McCurley.
Find your way home and help make an impact in our community in a new Chevrolet from McCurley Chevrolet.
You work hard for your money, and now you can get up to $1,200 back on state taxes you already paid with the Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Every location is conveniently located and gives you the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. We have something for everyone, including gift cards for any occasion. Check out the specials and deals today. Open 7 days a week in 5 locations: Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Steps to a brighter future with Merit Resource Services.
When you are in need of substance abuse disorder treatment and your burdens are too much to bear alone, Merit will help. Our experienced and certified staff offers support recovery for all in need by providing access to quality assessment, education, integrated treatment services, and co-occurring services for substance abuse and behavioral health needs. Merit Resource Services, where we believe in recovery for all.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Welcome back. Making headlines across America this morning, both of the Tennessee state lawmakers expelled from the legislature because of the way they supported gun control protesters are getting right back to work. Today, Justin Pearson is expected to return to the Tennessee Capitol and be sworn in for a second time. His colleagues voted to expel him, but a board of commissioners in Memphis was in charge of selecting Pearson's replacement, and they voted yesterday to send him right back to his seat. Another lawmaker from Nashville who also was expelled last week and promptly sent back to the State House in a similar process. Grocery prices are finally going down for the first time in almost 2.5 years. That's according to new numbers released Wednesday from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's not a big drop, less than 1.5% between February and March. Overall, inflation seems to be slowing down. The Consumer Price Index shows Americans' bills rose about 5% from March of last year through March of this year. New contactless payment options might protect your money and identity better than swiping a card. We're talking about the potential risk you could face at checkout coming up. But first, Jason Valentine will return with a look at your First Alert forecast.
Your roof protects your home and family every day. Shouldn't it be the best roof possible? With Era Roofing, a family-owned business in Prosser, you'll see why our customer reviews speak for themselves. No job too small, big enough to take care of your roofing needs. Era Roofing, a company built on quality and reputation.
Welcome to the Village Bistro. We're happy you're here. I wanted to share with you some of the things we have on our menu. One of my favorite things is our lemon ricotta pancakes, topped with blueberries and powdered sugar and butter, and oh my, they are so delicious. You gotta try our 4-cheese mac and cheese or burgers. Some say they're the best in town. We love to get to know each customer that comes in, and we want you to feel like family when you're with us.
What's better than super fresh fruits and vegetables? Yep, you've got it. Super fresh fruits and vegetables on sale.
Swing into Super One Foods this Thursday and save big during our 12-hour produce sale. Dole bananas just 48 cents a pound. Fresh broccoli crowns, 98 cents a pound. And sweet juicy cantaloupe, 48 cents a pound.
Super One Foods 12-hour produce sale this Thursday only. Hey, it's better than fresh.
When great food meets delivery, people just smile. Taste and See Deli in Yakima offers delicious catering that's home cooked like family. And whether you need a dozen box lunches or 100 breakfast burritos, we've got you covered. Give us a call or stop by. Taste and See Deli.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
There's no other word quite like home. Not house, not residence, not dwelling. Because it's more than any specific place. It could be in the team spirit that keeps your heart pounding the whole drive over the mountains. It could be in the friendships that make you do one more lap around the park. Or make you able to laugh at yourself. It's a feeling, a belonging. And that's really different for everyone. So while we can't define what home is to you, what we can do is help you get there.
Find your way home today in a new Mazda from McCurley Mazda and online at McCurleyMazda.com.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
This newscast sponsored by wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org. Now, Cap KVUE First Alert weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful morning so far. So we have another chilly morning, just a touch less cool than yesterday, I guess the best way to put it. Quick shower possible today, and a warmer weekend is on the way. So we're just slowly starting to warm up today. We just had a little bit of snow going on in the upper elevations of the Blues. Other than that, we are free and clear. We should have quite a beautiful morning. Still partly cloudy skies, just like yesterday. As we move along in our future cast, we could see a little bit of shower activity popping up in our early evening, late afternoon, but then that is going to be moving on, and just little bits and pieces of shower activity possible, especially in Pendleton overnight as we get to Friday. So as we move into Saturday morning, a little bit of shower activity possible again. So pretty much the story is we're going to see bits and pieces of shower activity here and there, but really nothing to worry about. Just if it does show up at your region through Saturday, it should be very, very quick. So cool this morning. We are a little warmer in the Blue Mountain region, northeastern Oregon. Other than that, we're right around that freezing mark. Our cool spot, as per usual, is Yakima at 29 this morning. So dress appropriately for the temperatures. We are going to warm up slightly today and then just continue up that train, then right around our average. So it looks like our weekend is a little cooler than we expected even just yesterday, and just below the average as we get into our next work week. So no real heat spikes or cool downs expected for at least the next 7 days. So winds a little heavier than yesterday, right around the 10-mile-per-hour mark. That is what we're going to be seeing. So you're going to see a little bit of breezy conditions today, but really nothing to worry about. As we move into our weekend, we're going to see less winds and then just a bit of a bump as we get into our next work week. Looks like between 10 and 15-mile-per-hour winds, could be up to 20 in some of our outlying areas. So a little bit of breezy conditions for our next work week, but slowing down for the weekend. So folks, we are getting closer to tax day, 5 days away. The NFL draft on Cap KVUE ABC just 2 weeks from today. It's also going to be over that weekend as well. And Mother's Day is a month away. Never forget Mom. So as we move into our Thursday, a little bit warmer, mid to upper 50s for the Yakima Valley, 52 for Ellensburg, just a touch warmer there. Let's just say upper to mid 50s for the Mid-Columbia Connell. You're still in those mid 50s. And the Blue Mountain region staying cool in those mid 50s. So 7-day forecast for Yakima. More sunshine than not for the week ahead. But again, little bits of scattered showers are possible really through the weekend into our next work week, but nothing really sustained is on the way. So looking at plenty of sunshine for your Friday. And then as we head into our weekend, a little warmer, lower 60s, settling into those mid to upper 50s in our next work week. Overnight lows in the 30s, occasionally just below that freezing mark for the week ahead. Tri-Cities area up to the mid 60s for your Saturday and Sunday, and little bits of showers Saturday morning and as we get into Sunday and Monday as well. And looking to stay right around the 60-degree mark aside from our weekend for the week ahead. Overnight lows pretty comfortably above the freezing level for the week ahead. So folks, as we're slowly getting into the mid part of April this weekend, we are looking to be in a pretty stable weather pattern where we're just going to see more sunshine than not, a quick spritz here or there, and not too much wind, at least until we get to Monday next week. But a fine, mild Thursday is ahead.
It's a crime that's been showing up for years now and can be difficult for police to trace. Card skimmers are installed at the checkout, giving criminals direct access to your payment information within a matter of seconds. This morning, Kristen O'Connor has a look at one skimmer found at a convenience store in North Idaho and what you need to know to avoid becoming a victim.
Skimmers uncovered in these TikTok videos.
Card skimmer.
They may look flimsy.
It clips right on there just like a cell phone case would. We call it an overlay device because it overlays right onto the point of sale terminals.
But these sophisticated devices can steal your info in one swipe and your PIN number.
It's got its own battery source. It's also Bluetooth.
All while the scammers sit in the parking lot.
And you're still able to buy your bag of chips at the store. You'd never know.
Detective Sergeant Neil Urig has been in digital forensics for about 10 years. He's holding the latest overlay skimmer found inside a Post Falls convenience store.
They will bring this device into the store, distract the cashier, and put this right over the top of the point of sale terminal. And this took all of but 10 seconds for them to install.
He says employees at the store found the skimmer about 18 hours after it was installed. But in some cases, skimmers have stayed hidden for weeks.
As I've had a number of our police officers say, hey, I was at that convenience store on that day using my card. So everyone can be victimized by this.
Branch manager Michael Whipple with Numerica Credit Union says their financial crimes investigation unit works with members as soon as they notice suspicious charges.
As long as we can make sure that it wasn't you and that you were scammed out of the money, we're going to be able to help you get that money back.
Sergeant Urig recommends contactless pay, either with your phone or with the tap to pay feature on your card. He says scammers haven't figured out how to steal that data yet.
As technology advances, scammers are going to learn to take advantage of us. Don't be afraid though when you're out at a store and you see something that doesn't look right, call it out. The only way it stops is if people are more vigilant about their monies.
That was Kirsten O'Connor reporting. Experts say if you're at the checkout and you notice the buttons on the keypad seem sticky, or if the terminal seems a little loose, those are both signs that something may be wrong. Yakima Valley Libraries wants to hear from you about what they can do to help. They've launched a survey asking residents 18 and over how important they think things like cultural diversity, educational opportunities, career programs, social connections, and access to resources are. The survey will be available for at least 8 weeks in both English and Spanish, in person at each of the 16 library locations. It's also online at yvl.org. Everyone who completes the survey can enter into a drawing for an iPad. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, we're talking wildfires already. The weather pattern fueling unusually large fires in parts of the Midwest and the Northeast. Next.
Next Extra, after news drops that Meghan will not attend the King's coronation. Many big performers that have backed out, all the royal plans, from the guest list to a Cinderella-esque golden carriage. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Cap KVU.
When it comes to supplying the farm, come to Northwest Farm Supply. Your hometown store has a wide selection of everything egg-related. Plus, we're the largest Purina dealer in Hermiston. Products you trust from people who care. Northwest Farm Supply in Prosser, Hermiston, and Othello.
From Cap KVU, Apple Valley Eats.
The next time your jaws are aching for a really great seafood dinner, where would you rather be?
I'd rather be at Sea Galley. Now, isn't that a good idea? At Sea Galley, we have lobster and clam chowder and shrimp. At Sea Galley, you don't need to wait for the weekend. We offer 3 cuts of slow-roasted, juicy prime rib 7 days a week. And don't forget, we offer our all-you-can-eat salad bar. Or the Shipwreck Lounge with local beers, wines, and a variety of signature drinks. And don't forget, we've got crab legs. Come on down to Sea Galley.
So come get your crab legs tonight.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Every location is conveniently located and gives you the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. We have something for everyone, including gift cards for any occasion. Check out the specials and deals today. Open 7 days a week in 5 locations: Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
This is a town called Basic. It's pretty hard to stand out around here. But if you pull up in a 2023 Nissan Rogue, you'll stand out before your feet even hit the pavement.
Can you make mine look like that?
Anything but basic. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Get a low $399 per month lease on Rogue or get 0% financing for 36 months on select models.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. Let's take a quick look at our current temperatures. It is still chilly, even 29 in Yakima. Dress for conditions. Highs today will be in the mid to upper 50s. My full forecast is coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
While we're seeing abnormally cool weather for this time of year, other parts of the country are already dealing with wildfires. Take a look at this. Wisconsin's governor declared a state of emergency because of wildfire danger, and it's a good thing he did. Wisconsin was already facing critical fire danger, and the wind picked up across the state Wednesday, with fire crews battling multiple wildfires that even shut down the interstates in some areas. A wildfire in New Jersey that burned almost 4,000 acres within 24 hours is now nearly under control. While 4,000 acres might not seem like much to us here in the Northwest, this one fire in just one day caused about half the destruction that New Jersey typically sees from wildfires in an entire year. The Northeast is facing record heat, which is raising wildfire danger, but investigators say they're still working to figure out how the fire started.
This will remain under investigation. Whether we actually are able to determine a cause or not is still to be determined. But keep in mind that approximately 99% of wildfires are human caused, whether that's accidental or intentional. So we'll continue to look into it.
And just to give you an idea of how warm the Northeast is right now, after a winter with not much snow, even Massachusetts is expecting temperatures in the mid-80s by the end of this week. And we checked in on the latest drought conditions for Washington. Most of our area is in the clear, although around half of the state is experiencing abnormally dry conditions. Coming up, Jason Valentine will return with your First Alert weather forecast. Plus, there are just 10 days left in the Washington state legislative session for this year. This morning, we're checking in on some of the proposals still making their way towards becoming law and the action that Governor Inslee is scheduled to take later today. Plus, Yakima pet owners will have to pay extra in the near future, but the changes will also give you some flexibility. We're talking about that next on Good Morning Northwest.
In today's Tech Bites, NPR leaves Twitter. The news outlet will no longer post on the platform after Twitter labeled it state-affiliated media, a term used for communist propaganda news sites. NPR says the government funding it receives is less than 1% of its budget. You can now prove that you are who you say you are on LinkedIn. The platform unveiled new features to verify your identity and employer, and you get a check mark as evidence. LinkedIn members can confirm their credentials with a code sent to their work email. Finally, an updated national parks feature on Google Maps just in time for summer. Google says park directions are getting more precise, and there's new help to see a park's most popular places. Trail searches now highlight an entire route and elevations, making it easier to know where a trail begins and ends. This is great because mountains aren't funny. They're hill areas. Hill areas. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Nothing drives a wolf more than a desire for meat. Your dog shares the same hunger. So we've added 20% more meat to protein-rich Blue Wilderness. More of what your dog goes wild for. Satisfy his primal desire. Go wild with Blue Wilderness, now with 20% more meat.
With Allegra, allergies don't hold us back. Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. And unlike Zyrtec, it won't make us drowsy, so you can live your greatness. And Allegra Hives works from the inside to relieve itching and reduce hives for 24 hours.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season now, like summer-ready dresses starting at $39.99, up to 60% off designer suits, blazers, and pants, and the Radley sectional for $21.79. Download the app for even more deals at Macy's.
A proposal that would make it so that most Washington cities cannot ban duplexes and even fourplexes is one step closer to becoming state law. We're talking about that. Plus, the search is on to figure out who sent bomb threats to nearly 3 dozen Washington schools, prompting a huge law enforcement response.
And a mild Thursday is ahead, but warming temperatures, and I'll have a sneak peek at your weekend as well in my First Alert forecast.
From KapKView Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. We've made it to Thursday, Jill.
Almost at the weekend.
Oh, can't wait. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am just ready to rock and roll because
Great.
we're going to have a pretty nice day ahead. Hope you're having your coffee or whatever you drink in the morning. And let's take a look outside at our Columbia Point Skycam. And folks, we're looking at a pretty calm morning. We have a little bit of breeze out there, but we have no precipitation, though we could see a little bit of shower activity coming in as we get to our evening hours. But again, it won't be of much consequence, just like we saw last night. A scattered shower here, scattered shower there, and that's going to continue, it looks like, for the week ahead, as we're looking at way more sunshine than anything else, or clear skies. But still, we do have a shot of seeing a little bit of shower activity. Slowly warming up. Still in the mid-50s for Yakima, but just a bit warmer, though this morning we're still below the freezing mark. In the lovely Tri-Cities area, we're in the upper 50s, maybe getting to 60 degrees, and then over in Walla Walla, we're still in the mid-50s. But more sunshine than not today, maybe a little bit of shower activity. Also, I'll get you ready for that weekend as we slowly start to warm up, just maybe not as warm as we were thinking just yesterday. That's my full forecast, but for right now, let's send it back to Jill.
Thank you, Jason. Wednesday night, just ahead of a key deadline, state lawmakers advanced a bill cracking down on illegal street racing. Senate Bill 5606 says if you're arrested for illegal racing, your car could be impounded for 3 days. If you're convicted of a second offense, the courts could take your car away. Again, House lawmakers voted to pass that bill, which now advances to Governor Inslee's desk. State lawmakers have already passed many proposals that are now on the governor's desk. Later this morning, Governor Inslee is set to sign a number of them. Many are designed to fine-tune current state law. But a proposal that would change the rules on buying a gun in Washington state is not on the list of bills to be signed today. Governor Inslee requested several gun control bills from the legislature this session and may be waiting to see if the others get full approval before taking action. Right now, lawmakers are working on making sure that the House and the Senate both passed the same version of each bill that's been approved so far. If either side makes changes, there's more work ahead. That's exactly what happened with a proposal to change zoning restrictions statewide. House Bill 1110 would make it so that most cities have to allow duplexes and fourplexes in most neighborhoods, regardless of local zoning rules. While opponents say local governments should be allowed to make the rules for housing, advocates on both sides of the aisle say this proposal would increase housing options and give property owners more freedom. Again, that bill has one more hurdle to pass before it goes to the governor's desk, and that could happen any time between now and the end of the session, which is coming up on April 23rd. The city of Yakima has made some big changes to the animal control section of its municipal code that will affect both dog and cat owners. Cap KVU's Emily Goodell tells us code officials hope the new rules will make it easier on the people calling in complaints and the officers enforcing them.
2,471. That's the number of animal control cases the city of Yakima had in 2022.
Most of the year was one officer.
Answering anywhere from 10 to 30 calls a day.
Some of them are barking dog and no one answers the door.
Now it's a job for the partially commissioned community service officers at the Yakima Police Department, who now also handle parking enforcement.
They're in the process of trying to fill 5 positions, and I think most of those are filled by now.
More people to help, and now clearer rules for animal control.
It's just been kind of long overdue, and it really does allow for kind of some more efficient processes and clarity.
One of the big changes if you're a dog owner in the city of Yakima is the licensing fees. Instead of paying $15 for a year for a dog that's been spayed or neutered, you'll be paying $25. And if your dog isn't spayed or neutered, you'll end up paying $75 a year instead of the $30 it used to be. If your dogs aren't licensed, you'll get a warning.
If they were not to do that after some follow-up, then it's an infraction of $250.
They also removed the section on potentially dangerous dogs.
Basically said it's either dangerous or it's not.
And added new rules to help reduce the number of feral cats.
To trap, alter, and release cats, as well as care for feral cat population without claiming ownership.
Plus, increase the threshold for a barking dog complaint. A dog has to be barking for at least 15 minutes, and the complaint has to be called in by 2 people from separate households or by 1 person who has a recording of the behavior.
We're hoping that this new ordinance really helps clarify it for community members and what needs to be in place there, improved before the city can take any action.
In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Cap KVUE, Local News.
There is a discounted price on licensing if you buy a license for 3 years instead of just 1. More than 30 school districts across the state were targets of fake bomb threats, also known as swatting, on Wednesday. Some schools canceled classes the rest of the day as a safety precaution after getting emails claiming that bombs were hidden at the school. The Davenport School District west of Spokane called out bomb-sniffing dogs from Fairchild Air Force Base. The district superintendent says it's the first time they've been targeted in this kind of hoax.
Again, we don't get these very often. I've been in this district for 11 years, and this is the first time that I can recall something like this happening. And I think that there's always a chance to learn from it. And I would rather be overcautious and err on that side of it than be wrong.
Investigators aren't sure yet where the threats came from. Pasco City leaders want to give some shade to those who need it during the hot seasons that are coming quick. You'll see 10 new trees at Pasco's Kurtzman Park. The Boys and Girls Club of Benton and Franklin counties planted 10 new trees at Kurtzman Park as part of an Arbor Day celebration on Wednesday.
Address things like creating policies to create greener environments, working with cities, working to change policy that are more green friendly, and trying to reduce issues that are affecting our climate.
And if you missed the State Arbor Day celebration yesterday, there's still time to get involved. The entire month of April is Earth Month. Well, the weather cooled down fast after sundown, but we're expecting another sunny day ahead. Jason Valentine is here with a look at your forecast.
Folks, we have a pretty darn mild Thursday ahead. We're going to see some sunshine, maybe a quick shower or 2. Also have a sneak preview of your weekend. My full forecast is coming right up.
And that spring weather means the bugs will be waking up and getting to work. That includes one invasive pest that crews are already working to eradicate. That's still ahead on Good Morning Northwest.
It's the home makeover sale at Furniture Row. And right now, every sofa, dining table, and bed is on sale. Save up to $800 on Purple mattress and adjustable base bundles. Plus, get 3 years no interest. The home makeover sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Whether you're looking for your next houseplant, getting those spring flowers in the ground, or planting your dream garden landscape, Queensgate Gardens is the place to go. Queensgate Gardens in Richland. Let's grow together.
Okay, I think we're all aware that most cell companies only give you the lowest price when you sign up for multiple lines.
What? Multiple lines?
Hello? Yeah, 1 sec. But US Cellular gives you just 1 line for $29.99 with unlimited data.
Just 1 line with unlimited data.
So you don't have to get more lines than you need.
No, you hang up.
Are you even listening, guy who never looks up from his phone?
Oh, not for me, I just say it.
Okay, so no, you're not listening.
Get 1 line for $29.99, plus every plan is price protected. US Cellular, built for us.
At the Blue Mountain Station Cooperative in Dayton, Washington, we offer you the Pacific Northwest's finest local products. Fresh baked goods, locally grown produce, artisan cheese, fresh roasted coffee, wine, honey, and so much more. We invite you to explore Dayton today.
Introducing Astapro Allergy. Now available without a prescription. Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free spray. While Flonase takes hours, Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. So you can Astapro and go.
Do you have any land that gets no use? Save some money by using an American-made power racking system. It's a more cost-effective option than a standard pole and concrete method. Invest in green energy with the pros at Solar Power Northwest. Solar Power Northwest, a better way to solar.
We're seeing customers come in every single day. Pros are using battery equipment.
Making the switch to battery was one of the best decisions that we made as a company.
We made the switch to battery-powered equipment to be ahead of the industry.
It's made in America, and I wanted something that was built here.
This is where the world is headed. It's better to be ahead of it now than get on it later.
Built for you. Built for work. Real steel. Find yours.
It's spring in the Pacific Northwest, and that means lakes, rivers, fishing, hiking, and so much more. But each spring, weather can change fast. And stay safe when you're outdoors. You need a forecast you can trust. At Cap KVUE First Alert Weather, our advanced technology, along with our knowledge of how to use it, gives us a big advantage in keeping you informed. And when you're informed, I know that I'm doing my job.
We're on air, online, and on the go with our mobile app. First Alert Weather from Cap KVUE Local News, helping keep you and your family safe.
Don't make a fuss. Spring into savings at Denver Mattress. You'll shop brands like
Sealy and Temper
and Purple too. 3 years no interest, ship free to you. Denver Mattress.
E.T. followed by Extra tonight at 7 on Cap KVUE.
We're learning new information about the person believed to be responsible for the leak of highly classified military documents. A new Washington Post report alleges the leak came from a young man who worked on a military base. ABC's Em Nguyen tells us more about this bombshell report, which says the man allegedly posted this sensitive documents to an online group of acquaintances.
This morning, a bombshell report is revealing details about the leak of what appears to be highly classified U.S. military documents. According to the Washington Post, the alleged leaker is in his 20s and worked on a military base. The Post reports he shared several documents a week beginning late last year with a group of about 24 people on Discord, an online chat room popular with gamers.
I don't think that there was a goal nor some sort of accomplishment that he was looking for in sharing these documents.
A member of the chat room says the man called America's intelligence community a sinister force that sought to suppress its citizens and keep them in the dark. The Washington Post says it spoke to a friend of the alleged leaker, agreeing not to name or show the young man, who said this about his friend.
He had disagreed with several occasions such as Waco and Ruby Ridge and thought that the government is overreaching in several aspects.
The report did not name the alleged leaker, and ABC News has not verified the report. In a statement, Discord said it's cooperating with law enforcement as the Justice Department opens a criminal investigation. Meanwhile, the Biden administration is trying to contain fallout from the leak, which included dozens of apparently classified Pentagon documents exposing top-secret intelligence. The files suggest potential problems for Ukraine, including a dire shortage of air defense missiles. The head of Ukrainian military intelligence says he spoke with his U.S. counterparts about the leak. He blames Russia for the leak, but the friend of the alleged leaker disputes that.
He is not a Russian operative. He is not a Ukrainian operative. I'll go as far to say he's not even on the east side of the world. He was a young, charismatic man who loved nature, God, who loved shooting guns and racing cars.
The Post agreeing not to name or show that friend.
U.S. officials are likely to face more questions when they travel to Germany next week, when representatives of more than 50 nations gather to coordinate weapons and aid support for Ukraine. Coming up, spring weather means it's time to start planning for summer gardening. This morning, we're highlighting a project giving Walla Walla seniors a chance to socialize and get outdoors. But first, we're already looking forward to the weekend, and Jason Valentine has the details to help you make your plans coming up in your First Alert weather forecast.
Portion of Cap KVUE sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
To start your 4-cheese mac and cheese, you want to put about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of butter in the pan. And then while that's heating up on a medium to medium high heat, we're going to add heavy cream. And you're just going to coat the bottom of the pan. It's about a cup to a cup and a half that we're using here. And we just want the cream to get heated through and the butter to melt before we add our cheese. We use mozzarella, it gives it that nice stringiness. Parmesan, which gives it a salty and nutty flavor. Cheddar, because cheddar, you know, mac and cheese. And then I use a smoked Gouda, and that gives it its smoky, creamy flavor. You have about a 1/4 cup of each cheese in here. But you keep it moving because you don't want to burn your cream. Otherwise, you're going to have a sour milk tasting sauce, and that's not good. We're gonna add our pasta. We're using macaroni noodles. This is 7 ounces by weight of cooked pasta. And you can see it's getting all incorporated. The cheeses are melting. Now we're gonna turn the heat off. It's okay that everything's not completely melted and combined because this is gonna go into the oven. Now we're gonna put it into the pan. I'm using an oven-safe disposable pan. And it's perfect for takeout. Breadcrumbs. I'm just using a seasoned breadcrumbs. I like to top my mac and cheese with bacon. Now this is gonna go into a 450-degree oven for about 6 minutes. And there's your 4-cheese mac and cheese.
Get $1,500 purchase allowance on a 2023 Cadillac XT5 and XT6. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
There's no other word quite like home. Because it's more than any specific place. It could be in the team spirit that keeps your heart pounding the whole drive over the mountains. It could be in the friendships that make you able to laugh at yourself. It's a feeling, a belonging, and that's really different for everyone. So while we can't define what home is to you, what we can do is help you get there.
Find your way home today in a new Mazda from McCurley Mazda.
Since 1968, Sundown M Ranch has helped over 200,000 patients and families recover from the effects of substance use disorders.
I was ashamed, humiliated, and not sure if I could be helped, but I listened and found a completely different way to live by spending time at Sundown.
I did not believe there was a way out of the dark hole my life had become. Sundown M Ranch provided a foundation for me to find a new way to live.
Sundown M Ranch. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Now, Cap KVU First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. Oh, we're starting to see a little bit of light thanks to our Top in the Sky cam at Legends Casino. And folks, we are looking at a very similar day to what we saw yesterday, maybe a touch warmer, but we do have another chilly morning, just not as chilly as yesterday. Quick shower possible as we get to our afternoon and early evening, and a warmer weekend is on the way. And it does look like we're going to see a possibility of scattered showers really for the week ahead. Nothing too sustained. We had a little bit of snow going on in the upper elevations of the Blues, but folks, we're going to be seeing quite a bit of sunshine for your Thursday morning. It should be beautiful, but also a little brisk in areas, especially Yakima Valley. So for our future cast, as we move along in the day, a little bit of cloud coverage here and there, and we could see a little bit of shower activity coming into our early evening, late afternoon hours. That'll move on for the most part. Then maybe overnight, a little bit going on near Pendleton. Still very, very slight, folks. And as we head into our Friday and our Saturday, Friday's looking pretty darn nice, mostly sunny. For Saturday, a little bit more cloud coverage and a little bit of shower activity in the Yakima area and really throughout. But again, very, very quick if it comes to your area. So just little bits of showers in between partly cloudy to partly sunny skies. So our current temperatures, 29, our cool spot in Yakima. We're just above or a little below our the freezing mark throughout much of our region. So just get ready for a brisk morning. So please dress for the occasion, as it is a bit chilly out there. So as we're looking at our temperature trend, we are remaining in the upper 50s to lower 60s. That's for the Tri-Cities. Tri-Cities average is 66. So pretty much in the 50s to lower 60s for all of our areas for the week ahead. We're not seeing too much of a heat up or too much of a cool down. We have just been mired for the latter part of March and the middle part of April for just average to little below average temperatures. It's quite the groove we're in, and we're sticking in it. We're seeing a little bit of breeze going on, again, right around 10-mile-per-hour winds today, just a little bit up from what we saw yesterday. And we're going to see those winds slow down into our weekend. And then, folks, we're going to be seeing a little bit around 10 to 15-mile-per-hour winds next week. So just get ready for a little bit of breezy conditions, but not for your weekend. Hey, it's our countdown tax day. Don't forget that. Got a little extra days, though. It's not on the 15th. Which is this weekend. It is on Tuesday, the 18th of April. NFL Draft 2 weeks from today, and it's going to be all of that weekend right here on Cat KVU ABC. And Mother's Day, just a month away. So for our highs today, just a touch warmer, mid to upper 50s for the Yakima Valley. We're at 52, a touch warmer for the lovely Ellensburg area. As we move over into the mid-Columbia, we do expect to see mid to upper 50s as well. Just a couple degrees warmer than yesterday. Pretty much on par for the Blue Mountain region as we slowly warm up there to the mid-50s. So 7-day forecast. More sunshine than not, but again, just a little bit of shower activity here and there. We're going to get back to those lower 60s for your weekend, then cool back down to the mid 50s in our next work week. In the Tri-Cities area, could get to those mid 60s for your weekend. So folks, a beautiful Thursday is on the way. You're going to have a nice brisk morning, just a little bit of shower activity possible late afternoon.
Warmer weather means it's time for people to start thinking about gardening, and the Washington State Department of Agriculture is treating properties in Grandview, Sunnyside, and Mapton for Japanese beetles over the next 2 weeks. These invasive pests wreak havoc on crops and lawns and gardens. A handful of the beetles first showed up in our region in 2020. By 2022, there were more than 23,000. While the adult Japanese beetles don't show up until around mid-June, authorities are hoping that using pesticides to kill off the larvae before they transform will help reduce the population. They're also asking everyone to keep an eye out for the adult beetles and call WSDA if you see one.
We really truly couldn't have done it without that. And we've already found another population of the beetles in Wapato because of somebody's community report.
You can see a map of affected areas and see if you might need to consider treating your property for Japanese beetles on our website, yaktrinews.com. Jefferson Park in Walla Walla is seeing some new fixtures supported by recent grants. Volunteers just installed new garden beds at the park right behind the Walla Walla Senior Center. They say pretty flowers aren't the goal for these gardens. They're hoping to provide healthy food and new friendships for seniors and neighbors. The Walla Walla Senior Center says there are more than 120 people who eat lunch at the center every day, and they're looking forward to growing their own food.
We have to have a nutritionist approve our menus, and we go through a lot of effort to make sure that we're providing healthy options, but having healthy options that we can grow here on site is really exciting as well.
This endeavor is being led by the Blue Zones Project in Walla Walla Valley, Walla Walla's Sustainable Living Center, the Pacific Power Foundation, and more organizations. The grand opening of these 3 new garden beds at the center of Jefferson Park in Walla Walla will be in June. Umatilla County has nearly $270,000 available in mini grants to help with tobacco prevention. The funding comes from ballot measure 108 funds that must be spent by the end of June. The grants are open to nonprofits, academic institutions, or healthcare facilities for nicotine or tobacco prevention projects that benefit at least one high-risk population. Individual grants are up to $5,000 each. Applications are due by 5 p.m. on April 28th, and recipients will be selected by May 1st. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and we're seeing a number of events around the community to make sure people know about the problem and the resources available. On Wednesday, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Walla Walla District hosted an employee awareness walk around the district headquarters building. The goal of the march is to show commitment to the U.S. Army's Sexual Harassment and Prevention Program.
And it also encourages participation amongst our employees to say that they are not tolerant of sexual assault and harassment in the workplace, and that they are aware of the issues that do go on, and if they do go on, that they are not tolerant of it.
To report sexual harassment or assault, you can call the National Sexual Assault Hotline to be connected with a trained sexual assault service provider. That number is on your screen, 1-800-656-4673. We're waking up to a very chilly morning, but things will be changing fast. Jason Valentine has a quick look at your first alert forecast coming up. Plus, we'll introduce you to an elephant with such unusual skills. She's actually prompted a scientific study. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
There's no other word quite like home, because it's more than any specific place. It could be in the team spirit that keeps your heart pounding the whole drive over the mountains. It could be in the friendships that make you able to laugh at yourself. It's a feeling, a belonging, and that's really different for everyone. So while we can't define what home is to you, what we can do is help you get there.
Find your way home today in a new Chevrolet from McCurley Chevrolet.
Need to refresh a room in your home?
Yeah, have you seen this place?
Well, right now you can get a look you love and save big during the home makeover sale at Furniture Row. Find huge savings on every sofa, every dining table, and every bed. Save up to $800 on Purple mattress and adjustable base bundles. Plus 3 years, no interest financing. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed.
I love it.
The home makeover sale on now at Furniture Row.
Put some spring into your step with Great Floors. Shop exclusive specials throughout our showroom on carpet, luxury vinyl, and cultivated wood. Save on Karastan carpet, only $20.23 for a whole home installation. Our huge selection and expert team are here to help you recreate the perfect look and feel of your home. Great Floors offers 12-month 0% financing, so you are free to select the exact flooring you want. Visit a showroom today and live life on Great Floors.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Spring into action and save on stressless seating at Meredith Furniture. Now get $400 off all classic power recliners, signature base recliners and ottomans, and cross base recliners and ottomans. And get $400 off most sofas and love seats. Imagine how much you can save building your dream sectional. Shop Meredith Furniture at First and Washington in front of Hobby Lobby.
How'd you sleep last night?
I would have slept better if you weren't snoring so loud.
Everybody knows I don't snore. Well, this will help you wake up.
Oh, thanks, babe. You know just how I like it.
So, what are we gonna do today?
Our show.
Oh, yeah.
And we're live in 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome to Live with Kelly and Mark.
From co-stars in Life to co-hosts on Live.
I can't wait.
Weekday mornings at 9, starting Monday on Cap KView.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
E.T., followed by Extra, tonight at 7 on Cap KView.
All right, let's get closer to home, and a very nice Thursday is on the way. Starting to see some blue sky thanks to our Legends Casino Toppenish Sky Cam. And folks, we are looking at beautiful conditions today across the board. Just a touch warmer, 52 for Ellensburg, looking nice for Kittitas Valley. Over in the Yakima Valley, we're in, let's just call it the upper 50s, except for Natchez. Going to see mostly sunny skies. Over in the Mid-Columbia, again, slight chance of some late afternoon, early evening showers, just like last night, but if it does show up, it will be very quick. 60 in Richland. Looks like our hot spot, in mid-50s, mostly for the Blue Mountain region. Folks, a little bit of quick showers possible, but a very nice Thursday is on the way.
Trending this morning, we've seen elephants chow down on pumpkins and watermelons, rind and all. But one picky pachyderm at a German zoo has her own approach to eating fruit that's got the internet fascinated. Jeannie Mose talked to researchers about the appeal.
Real bananas don't peel themselves. People can do it, orangutans can do it. But you try peeling a banana with a trunk, which is why researchers went bananas over Pang Pa at the Berlin Zoo.
And how does she do it? She snaps them?
Yeah. So she, first of all, she does it amazingly fast.
Researchers like Professor Michael Brecht were so impressed they wrote a paper about her. This is an elephant with taste. Don't even try handing her an overripe brown banana. Within seconds, she tosses it away. And underripe bananas, she just swallows whole, which is how most elephants consume bananas. But when you give Pang Pa the perfect brown speckled banana, she uses a break and shake technique.
That's not so easy to do.
You know, it's not so easy to do.
Not unless the banana is nice and ripe. Pang Pa breaks it, then picks up a piece and shakes it, detaching the fleshy inside from the skin. When the inside finally falls, she picks it up and eats it.
When she peels a banana, does she eat the peel?
No.
But sometimes her daughter finishes the scraps. Maybe Pang Pa's upbringing influenced her. As a young elephant, she was hand-raised